Hello everyone, thank you so much for 200k subscribers. To celebrate, I will answer your questions. Before I start answering your questions, please note that many of the questions are similar, so I will just read one. So let's get right into it. I will read from YouTube comments first. From Favorite Things 5769. How long does it usually take for you to finish a track? You're usually very fast while hitting its key sound. Well, it depends on the difficulty of the tracks. An easier and slower piece will take me about 6 hours, while a harder piece will take me about 12 to 18 hours. From James Liam Figueroa, I'm curious in how you handle your time efficiently while making covers. I honestly just brute force my way when I'm making covers. I work alone for my covers, so I can sit in my studio up to 18 hours and only taking rest when I'm eating and take a bath. There is really no other secret. From MimikQFan291. How often do you play an instrument yourself? I sometimes see you playing guitar in the background. Yes, I do play a bit of piano and guitar. I sometimes play it in my piece when it's not too hard. I'm not practicing regularly anymore because I'm focusing on my producing skills and composing skills. From Dixter2344. What got you into creating music? Do you plan to make originals or are you happy sticking with covers? Music is my passion, of course. I get exposure to music lessons since I was a child. I do have some original works. I usually make original music for my clients. You can check it out on my SoundCloud. I also recently uploaded my original works for Hoyo Fair to my streaming platform page. Kindly check it out. From Liable to You. Everybody asking questions about man behind screen, but I'm curious about your music equipment. Well, I do have a studio tour for my 100k subscribers special. I talk about my gear there. I will link it in my descriptions and kindly check it out as well. From Tamago the Gamer 8433. How did you learn to produce music? Were you self-taught or did you go to school for it? I did took piano lessons when I was a child and guitar lessons when I was a bit older. That's where my musicality developed, but I learned music production from YouTube. There are many amazing channels such as In The Mix and Junkie XL for tutorials. From ZooL2151. Do you play Gansin? Since when have you been playing Genshin Impact? What are favorite characters in Gansin? Yes, I do play Genshin. I play it since its launch. I only have one character that is my favorite here, and that is Yelan. You know why. From a passerby. What made you specifically choose to make Genshin music videos amongst the countless amount of content available in the internet? Back then, in 2020, I didn't find Zhongli theme on YouTube, and that's why I decided to make a cover of it. Somehow it blew up and grew my channel so quickly, so I decided to continue to make every single Genshin theme that is available today. From M. Sopril, what is your favorite soundtrack? Well, this is a tough question. I have many favorites, but Kokomi theme is definitely underrated. You guys should give it a chance. From Eho Farer Art, what was your first ever song? The title of the track is performed in 80s, and it is my first composition ever. Well, check it out. I will link it in my description. From Karya Draws, what did you major in? I studied mechanical engineering back then. So I have a mechanical engineering degree. From Uphill NFJ Writer, what is your favorite battle theme in Gansin? Definitely Osail battle theme. It was my gateway to a proper orchestration. I used that piece to study orchestration. From Kipi0. Which is the hardest music piece you have created? All of my covers have their own difficulties, but for my recent uploads, Furina theme is definitely the hardest. Each segment has its own style, and collabing with 3 musicians with a small time window is definitely a challenge. Everyone did a terrific job and I love the result. From Louis XG, what plugins or media libraries do you use frequently for your projects? Do you make your projects all by ear, or is there a different technique that you use? I have many libraries, but Orchestra library is definitely the one I use the most. I have a few different full orchestra libraries, but BBC SO from Spitfire will always have a special place in my heart because I learned orchestration with that. Also, I make all of my projects by ear and a little bit of music theories. From Izumi-san21, favorite food when you are working? I usually work fast, so I prefer something fast too for my food. Something Japanese like bento. From 4VTMN, what or who is that one inspiration when it comes into making music and why? This is another hard question. I have many inspirations. For example, like Sawano Hiroyuki is definitely the one I look up when it comes to epic stuff for animation, and Hans Zimmer when it comes like cinematic music, and Yu Peng Chen for world and hybrid music. From Keikazuhua, how much did your decision to do music for a living affect your life? And do you regret your decision or not? Are there any tips for people who want to do music for a living but don't have a background in music? Well, music changed my life. I'm doing my passion for my job and honestly think this is the best. There's no regret when I choose this path at all. I'm not saying aspiring musicians don't need to go to music college, but music is not all about educational background. Even Hans Zimmer himself doesn't have a degree in music. Education about music is still needed, but not necessarily a formal education. Aspiring musicians definitely need to polish their skills in their music, but don't forget to plan ahead for their branding and building up a portfolio. I think that's all for now. I hope I answered your questions. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope you guys continue to support me. Stay tuned for my next releases. Goodbye for now and see you around.